biggest hockey night in Rochester as we welcome you inside the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, where the Tigers resume their homestand this weekend with a pair of Atlantic hockey games against Robert Morris. Number 7 for the Tigers is Abbott Gerduckis, the junior forward. Leads RIT in scoring so far this season with 9 points. Gerduckis will join our Kim Bernson rinkside in just a bit. You are watching RIT Sports Zone Pre-Game Live, presented by Taylor the Builders, and over the next half hour, we'll talk live with RIT head coach Wayne Wilson. Plus, we'll share how the RIT women's hockey team made national headlines this week. That and much more ahead as we get you set for puck drop at 7:05. Good evening, I'm Kevin Roach, and welcome to RIT Sports Zone Pre-Game Live, streaming all season long on RITSZ.com. Well, last Saturday night, the Tigers had a chance to do something they hadn't done in their 12-year history as a member of Atlantic Hockey. RIT hosting AIC, and after a 5-3 win on Friday night, they were looking for their first ever 4-0 start in league play. First period, things looking good for RIT. Dan Willett throws it towards the net. Gabe Valenzuela working hard in front, puts in the rebound, his third of the year. RIT had the 1-0 lead. Later in the period, AIC called for a boarding major, so RIT had a 5-minute man advantage, and they think they're on the board again as Valenzuela's shot deflects off Eric Brown. RIT thinks they're up 2, but hold on. It's ruled no goal immediately. The officials review it. The ruling upheld. The puck goes off of Brown. AIC would kill off the major. A momentum changer for sure. Right there, second period, AIC response. 4-on-4 hockey. Hugo Reinhardt, the shot off Drackett. He gets his own rebound. We are tied at 1. Third period, RIT turns it over in their own zone, and Martin Melberg finds Janice Jacks for the go-ahead goal. It was 2-1 AIC at that point. Late in the period, RIT would get a power play of their own. Gabe Valenzuela working his magic. A big weekend for him last weekend as he puts it over the shoulder of Stefano Durante to tie the game at 2. Under 30 to play, RIT on the man advantage again. Chase Norrish so close to winning it for RIT, but it's off the post as we take another look. RIT missing out on the game winner, and we would go to overtime. In overtime, AIC on the power play, and they beat Logan Drackett for the game winner. RIT drops its first game in conference after a 3-2 overtime loss to AIC. As we look inside the numbers from last Saturday night, you'll see that penalties were a big part of the story. AIC was called for 8 and spent 27 minutes in the box. But unfortunately, RIT was just 1 for 5 with the man advantage on Saturday. AIC 1 for 3, and that one goal helped secure the Yellow Jackets' first conference win of the season. Well, AIC is behind us. We turn our attention now to Robert Morris, and who better to break down the matchup for us than John DiTullio, who's standing by now live with RIT head coach Wayne Wilson. John?
All right, thank you, Kevin. 3-1 in conference play about a month into the season. What have you learned from your team here, Wayne, about 4 weeks into the year?
Well, I think it's important that we're going to learn some lessons that our league's going to be very competitive off of just the games we've played so far. Everything's very, very tight, and we're going to have to be a third-period team. We're going to have to be a team that knows how to play in tight games, whether you're down or up a goal, or whether you're got a late power play or late penalty kill. We've got to be successful in those areas, and I think we got to keep trending in that direction where we're winning more than we're losing in those situations, and keep getting better in those situations.
Tonight, tough task against Robert Morris. Very similar styles, would you say, between you and the Colonials?
Yeah, I think they've got some good firepower up front along with ourselves. We'll put Gabe up against Ferguson's line. Ferguson's a very dangerous player. Gabe just seems to excel both defensively and offensively when he plays against players like that, and we're hoping for that tonight as well. So should be a great game tonight. We split with Robert Morris in the 4 games last year, both at home and on the road, so we're hoping to get points. We've got to get 2 or more points every weekend, but the real points are going to be that 3rd and 4th point on a weekend, and you've got to definitely get 2.
I got a good feeling tonight. Last week it was blackout. Tonight, Star Wars night. Big night for you, Wayne.
A lot of pressure with Star Wars here, but you know what? I enjoy the competition. That's what our guys have really got to relish in is that tight games. That's what it's all about, and in order to win a championship, you've got to be able to play in these situations. And I think, as we move forward, this is just another test for our team here tonight, and that's what we'll focus in on.
All right, good stuff. That's head coach Wayne Wilson here with the RIT Tigers. Standing by with the leading scorer for the Tigers would be our very own Kim Bernson. Bernsey?
Yeah, Abbott, you are leading the team in scoring right now. You've been spreading the puck well. How do you explain your early success here on offense?
Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate so far. I think it's to do with my line mates' play. I've been playing with Brownie and Gabe for the start of this season, and they've been playing great. So I think it's just fortunate that I've been getting the points, but overall I think everyone's been playing well offensively, which helped.
What are you expecting from Robert Morris tonight?
They're a big rival of ours. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. They're going to be one of the better teams in our conference, so it's going to be a hard 60 minutes, but we're going to try and put a full game together and get the 2 points here. Thanks,
Abbott. Good luck tonight. Kevin?
All right, Kim, thanks so much. We look forward to your reports during the broadcast of Tiger Hockey here tonight on RIT Sports Zone, RITSC.com. Well, speaking of Gerduckus, you just saw there, next season a sibling rivalry will be born. In this rivalry between the Tigers and Colonials, Abbott's younger brother, Aiden, has signed a letter of intent to play for Robert Morris next season. Looking forward to that next year when he's here. The Colonials were on the ice here at the Policini Center earlier this morning. They're coming off a 3-0 victory over Holy Cross last Saturday that head coach Derek Schooley said was their best 60 minutes of hockey yet this season. The Colonials have a lot of offensive weapons, including senior forward Brady Ferguson. He's the NCAA's active career scoring leader, and he has 126 points during his career at Robert Morris so far.
I think the most important thing is your best players have to be your best players. And every year you're going to graduate some guys. We graduate Daniel Evans, Rob Mann, Ben Robillard, and Dalton Isaac, and those were big keys to our team over the last 4 years. We're just looking for Brady to not press so much. Brady's pressed a little bit this year. He's tried to do a little too much, and he's a very good hockey player, and he's a very dynamic hockey player. But when you try to do too much and try to put the team on your back instead of just letting it happen, that's when you struggle a little bit.
Ferguson is still second on the team in scoring with 4 goals and 4 assists despite pressing too much, according to his coach so far this season. Hey, here's a look at the latest standings in Atlantic hockey. The Colonials are currently tied for 3rd with Holy Cross, while RIT sits just a point behind as the Tigers are tied with Canisius for 5th with 6 points. The top 2 teams in the league, you see there, Army and Niagara, they're facing off this weekend down the thruway at Niagara. That should be a good one. And a little bit of a surprise. Look who's sitting at number 10, Air Force, tied with Sacred Heart with only 2 points so far this season. They are 1-3. RIT visits Colorado Springs next week. Air Force, we know, is better than that 1-3 mark so far. Well, still to come on the show, John and Gene join us to share who they think we should be keeping an eye on here tonight. Plus, there was plenty to celebrate for the RIT women's hockey team last Saturday night. We'll show you how they put their program and the entire university in the national spotlight. That is next. This is RIT Sports Zone Pre-Game Live.
Miles Powell just out of the box. 15 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. Powell with left side. Shot. Scores! Cairns with the rebound. Puts it in, his second goal of the season. And the Tigers with their second power play goal tonight.
Time of the Tigers' power play goal, 17-15.
Oh, another one! Another power play goal. 3 this period for the Tigers. Cross-ice feed. Brubaker! Oh, picking his spot. John, this guy can be dangerous from the blue line.
2 goals and 2 nights for the freshman.
Caleb Cameron up to Darren Brady, and that's deflected in front. And who is it? It's the big man. Welcome to RIT, Jordan Peacock. Israel taking his time over to Ferguson. Ferguson down low. Tanjay over to the near side. Ferguson. Tanjay scores! 3rd consecutive power play goal for the Colonials. Now it's a 1-goal game.
That's a heck of a pass by Ferguson. Heck of a pass.
Ferguson again in front.
Oh.
We're tied. We are tied. Play would say giveaway. Ferguson breaks the tie. Hat trick tonight for Brady Ferguson.
Oh, what a huge weekend it was for Brady Ferguson a year ago. In just 2 games against RIT, he had 7 points against the Tigers, including that hat trick. This has been a pretty good series since these two teams have started playing one another. Robert Morris has a slight edge overall with a 12-9-4 record. However, the Tigers and Colonials, as we mentioned, have split the last 10 meetings. RIT has won 3 conference titles, including 2016 over Robert Morris. The Colonials won in 2014 and have been runner-up in each of the last 2 seasons. There's no question that along with Air Force, RIT and Robert Morris have been among the best in the league over the last decade. In fact, RIT or Robert Morris have reached the conference finals in 7 of the last 8 years. Joined now by Gene Battaglia and John DiTullio. And guys, these two teams have provided us some great games over the years, and I don't think any of us will be surprised to see them both downtown in late March.
No doubt about it. Kevin, good evening to you. And Johnny, this is a fun matchup here to have in early November.
How equal of a matchup is this? Since 2014-2015, RIT has scored 41 goals against Robert Morris. The Colonials have scored 41 goals versus the Tigers. 2 great programs, 2 evenly matched teams.
The Colonials bring back a lot on this team. They were a year ahead of schedule, I think that's fair to say, last year, getting to the final before falling to Air Force. The one player coming back, and you saw the highlight package, the senior from Texas, Brady Ferguson. Now, Ferguson, a player, if you were with us earlier in the pregame, interesting to hear Derek Schooley talk about how Ferguson is pressing a little bit right now.
A little bit. Even Wayne said, 5-on-5, he hasn't been that good. He's great when it comes to the power play. We saw Gabe Valenzuela. He's going to match up with that line tonight. Wayne's anxious to see that line up against a great line led by Brady Ferguson, of course, the returning scorer in Atlantic hockey.
Yeah, Gabe Valenzuela, a couple goals in the AIC weekend. So,
Yes.
John, you know that line is doing – what other lines could step up here for the Tigers here tonight?
Well, Lane, he loves his top 2 lines. He loves the Dupuis-Powell line. He wants to get more contribution from the Cooper line. If you can get more from that 3rd line, then I think he's got things cooking. He loves his top 2 lines. He'd like to get more production from that 3rd line. I think this weekend they've got to play a big role.
Take a look at the keys tonight. It's Star Wars night here tonight, John.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so for the Force to be with the Tigers, what has to happen?
Well, you got Abbott Gerdukis riding a 5-game point scoring streak. Miles Powell assists in 5 consecutive games. He's streaking Tigers. And the leading scorer from the defensive line is Dan Willett. 5 points, not bad for a freshman. Finishing touch, come up with that big stop or big save in the 3rd. They've got to be able to finish games. Wayne's stressing that all week and contain Brady Ferguson, who is 18 points in 11 career games versus the Tigers. They've got to find out and put a body on Ferguson. Number 18 is a key player tonight for the Colonials.
Are you surprised at all, John, that Wayne Wilson is not switching it up in goal tonight? Once again, going with Logan Draken.
Love the way he played last week. Talked to him this week. Talked to him just about a half hour ago. He goes, I'm riding the freshman. Like the way he's playing. Going to give him even more confidence. Gets a big start tonight. Up in the air, he'll play tomorrow night. But he loves what he's seen from the freshmen, in particular last weekend.
Wow, it feels like a very important game here for the month of November, Kevin. RIT, Robert Morris. Looking forward to calling this game coming up with a face-off at 7:05.
Hey, may the force be with you guys and the Tigers here tonight. Coach Schooley saying points matter in November, and that is the case here tonight between these 2 conference rivals. Well, meanwhile, the RIT women's hockey team is down in Pittsburgh tonight to face nationally ranked Robert Morris. The Tigers are probably still flying high after last weekend's trip to Boston. RIT earned a split with the Terriers, but their win on Saturday wasn't just another win. It was a victory that put the national spotlight on the program and the university. Mallory Rushton's life has been anything but ordinary since last Saturday. Her phone and social media accounts have been blowing up nonstop.
10 phone calls and maybe like 50 texts, and other than Twitter, I had like 200 retweets.
All the attention has come from what Rushton did in last Saturday's game at Boston University. Tied at 1 in overtime, Rushton was slashed from behind and awarded a penalty shot.
She was like a deer in headlights. As soon as the referee came over and asked if we wanted the penalty shot or the power play, we immediately said we want the shot. And then, but Mal was still kind of, she wasn't around the bench when it happened, so she was just collecting herself around off to the side. And then we turned to her and was like, yeah, you got the penalty shot. And her eyes, I don't know if it was fear or excitement, one or the other, but it was just like, no, take your time. Just kind of do what comes, what's open.
If she scores, it's over. An overtime penalty shot. RIT wins. Mallory Rushton with a game-winning penalty shot in the extra frame. and the Tigers pull off a stunner at Agganis Arena.
Did you know what you were going to do before you skated in, or did you react based on what the goaltender did?
I knew I wanted to go to my forehand. Coach Scott always says never go to your backhand, even though I did score a goal on my backhand 2 weeks ago. But I knew I was going to go to my forehand. But other than that, it was kind of just react in the moment and enjoy every minute of it.
For Rushton, it was just her 5th career goal, but no doubt the biggest one yet.
This was the biggest goal for me. I mean, I'm not necessarily a goal scorer, but this was the right opportunity for me to break out and put my team on the radar.
Rushton put her team and the entire school on the radar. The junior forward's heroics last Saturday earned national recognition as a top 10 play on ESPN SportsCenter.
Monaco wins 6-0. Now time for number 7. Women's college hockey. We're taking on Boston University overtime. Mallory Rushton.
Did she deserve number 7 or higher?
I thought a little higher. You know, that was it was pretty cool. You know, you kind of question some of those the picks that they have, but you know, but for women's college hockey and for RIT to get on, for our team to get on the SportsCenter top 10, it was awesome.
On a penalty shot.
A feeling undescribable. Not even just the goal, just the fact that the team beat Boston University. That was a feeling in the locker room that we haven't had very often, especially since I've been here. I mean, that was probably one of the bigger games that we've won. And as a team, we collectively all played good. So it was really nice to come in the locker room after the game, celebrate with the girls, but also have our coaches right there with us, all feeling the moment.
Yeah, tremendous moment for Rushton, her Tiger teammates, and the university, even if the worldwide leader in sports thinks we're called RIT, not RIT. Well, still ahead on the program, we'll revisit our conversation with freshman goaltender Logan Drackett. That is next. This is RIT Sports Zone Pre-Game Live. Back here on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, where we are less than 15 minutes away from Division I college hockey. It's an Atlantic hockey showdown between the hometown Tigers and the Robert Morris Colonials. Well, RIT goaltender Logan Drackett will start tonight for RIT. He has shouldered the majority of work in net so far this year, and other than his outing against RPI a few weeks ago that saw him give up 7 goals, the freshman has played pretty well enough to hold on to the number 1 spot for now.
Baudette taking the draw, winning the draw. Sakura sends it up top, the big blast, and Drackett making the save.
Freshman Logan Drackett came to RIT with 1 goal in mind.
Coming in, I was really just hoping for an opportunity. I know that Shorty's a really good goalie, and he's made that clear to everyone here. And then same with Ian, he came in with the same position as me. So coming in, I just really was wishing I could get a good start and hopefully get an opportunity.
That opportunity came in the Tigers' very first game. In front of over 8,000 fans and against one of the top-ranked teams in the nation, Drackett made 41 saves in a 3-3 tie.
It gave my confidence a lot. Like it was a big, obviously it's a big deal, it's a big game, but just to be able to play in that was really, really, really cool. And then even in that game, how well the team played defensively and gave me those few couple shots to start the game and to kind of get a feel of the puck at the start was really good.
So that will give the opportunity in front and a quick goal. Oh, how about that?
The first month of the season was a roller coaster ride for the freshman.
Even strength opportunity going in. Whiffin scores out of the penalty box.
No, I think as a freshman he's going to have some ups and downs, and we've got to monitor that. But the effect that they have on the game is similar to pitchers and quarterbacks. It's a tough position to play. So when you're young, you kind of want to develop them at a nice, comfortable pace, which is a pace you think they can handle.
All things considered, Drackett has handled himself fairly well, both in the net and even when he's straight away.
And out of the zone, racing after it is Perry. Drackett coming out, again making the save, the shot and off the body.
Right now we're kind of allowing him to kind of explore where he's at with things, and we're slowly giving him a little bit more input on that. But you know, it is an asset that he has that we want him to continue with, so we don't want to stifle it, but he's got to monitor it. Things do happen a little quicker, and some players are a little more you know, savvy a little bit, and can maybe give you false impressions and pick things off or get it right back on the net when you're not ready for it. So he's done a pretty good job so far. He has given us a couple of heart palpitations.
Logan Drackett's going to come way out.
So far from what we've seen, you like to come out of the net a lot. You know, and the coaches have kind of, you know, let you do your thing. How much do you appreciate that they're allowing you to be yourself and who you are, and why are you so comfortable doing that?
I don't know why. I really like to score. I want to score a goal. I really like to play the puck and be involved, like, offensively, and it's really nice that the coaches haven't really tried to change that. I know that there'll come a point where they'll probably try to limit it in some ways, because I know in some ways it's probably a bad idea to go out and play the puck.
For now, it's working. Drackett picked up his first collegiate victory last weekend at Army, along with his very first college hockey memento.
It was really huge. It's really cool, obviously, or at least I know I have a bunch of pucks like special pucks I've gotten along the years, so that's going to be up there for one of the big ones.
One of the big ones for sure for Logan Drackett. Well, our time is quickly running out as face-off is less than 10 minutes away. The Empire strikes back. We'll head back up to John and Gene next. This is RIT Sports Zone pregame live. Some great images from last Saturday's game here at the Policini Center. Our thanks to Caitlin Dolan and her tremendous Sports Zone student staff for always making us feel like we're in the middle of the action. Hey, you can be a part of the action too. Make sure you come out and join us sometime this season for a game or two. You can purchase RIT hockey tickets for as low as $6 by visiting the Policini Center box office or going online to RITtickets.com. Our next live broadcast comes up tomorrow night as RIT wraps up its two-game series with Robert Morris. Our coverage begins, as always, 6:30 with RIT Sports Zone pregame live presented by Taylor the Builders on CW Rochester and RITSZ.com. Hey, coming up tomorrow on the show, a collaboration between RIT and a local brewery has led to a first in our area. We'll tell you how you can get your hands on Tiger Blood. That comes up tomorrow on RIT Sports Zone pregame live. Well, that will do it here for us tonight. It is Star Wars night as the Tigers take on the Robert Morris Colonials. John, Gene, and Kim are next, as we will be back with you for the intermission report. Enjoy the game, everyone. RIT Sports Zone Live begins now.